Hi Chelsea, my name's Charlotte Gallagher and I'm a correspondent at BBC News, and welcome to my garden. Okay, so we've got the pots here. That's the lupin. I remember at Chelsea a few years ago there was loads of lupins and I loved them. So we decided to have some in the garden. They're beautiful when they're in bloom. These sort of spring oniony things are alliums, so hopefully they'll come on a bit. Hello Eric, he's coming to see what we're doing. The tulips here. And I'm glad we're filming this today because I think a couple of them are definitely on the turn, aren't they? This is a work in progress. So we've got sweet peas at the back, which will hopefully grow up this trellis there. We've got the pink daisies in the middle. I can't remember the name for those. And then the trailing lobelia at the side and at the front. This will be a white rose. Well, it is a white rose. And it's Tranquility, I think it's called. This huge lavender bush, I know it's massively overgrown. There is a reason for that. That's for the bees, and also the tortoise really likes to have a nap under there. I think it's like aromatherapy really. This is the gooseberry. Now, when the fruits come out, this does have to be covered in a gauze, otherwise the blackbird just completely strips it. I'm not sure what these are, but I love them and the tortoise loves them, these tiny succulents. And then there's quite a lot of those on here. And we've got honeysuckle, mature honeysuckle. Absolutely love honeysuckle. And there's going to be some Mexican fleabanes here. They're just germinating in the house at the moment. And then moving on, we've got Wisteria. And that's been here for 5 years and it's yet to flower. But hopefully, fingers crossed, this year it will, because we do have some buds on it. You can see there. So if anyone does have any tips with wisteria, I'd really like to know, because I'm not really sure we know what we're doing. Okay, now, as you will see, no expense spared on the bird bath, but the sparrows which live in this hedge really seem to like it, and they don't know the difference, do they? How much you spend on it. Now, wild carrots will be going in there soon. They're germinating in the house as well, and we're going to get a tree, but we don't know which one. And there's lots of foxgloves everywhere. They sort of self-seed wherever they want. This was a beautiful tree, but unfortunately got ill a couple of years ago and had to be cut down. The nettles there, just kept them for the butterflies. And unfortunately, like most gardens, we do struggle with snails and slugs. So this plastic pot is protecting a winter clematis, and hopefully that will survive, because it did get attacked earlier this year by slugs and snails. This is my favourite. It's a buddleia. It doesn't look much at the moment, does it? But in the summer, when all the butterflies are around it and the bees, it looks gorgeous. And I think that's probably the favourite thing about the garden actually, is all the nature we get in here. So squirrels, birds, lots of insects, and they're just lovely to watch and see. Oh, and the tortoise, of course. So obviously Monty Don has his lovely dogs, and this is our garden companion, Eric the tortoise. He's just having his lunch at the moment, battling with a tomato. So he also likes to eat young nasturtiums, which isn't very helpful obviously, but then he does eat dandelion leaves, which is good because he's sort of a bit of a weed killer. And yeah, he's just having his cucumber now. This is good because usually when you try and talk near him or film him, he immediately just goes into his shell, but he's putting on a bit of a show today, I think.